Hey all, it's Reg from Aver Reg Guy. What we're going to do now is go to Ganymede again with our rockets. I've just finished refueling at the fueling station here. The tank on the far right now is completely empty, and it's something that I can probably toss out later, but I'm not going to worry about it at this point. I want to get going, and then I can go and make sure that this is still in a good orbit and everything. So, but let's get disconnected and wander off a little bit so that when I hit the thrusters to go to Jupiter, it doesn't cause this thing to go into a nasty spiral or something. Okay, so disconnect, slowly thrusters away. Now, one thing I did do is I adjusted my thrusters so that this rocket, the thrusters don't line up. I found out that I could not go side to side if my thrusters are in exactly the same place, because the thruster is just a little bit bigger than the docking port. Who would have thought? Not me. So yeah, that was a bit of a surprise. Just going to wander off a little bit more. Okay, so while that's doing that, let's go back and just letting that wander a little bit further away. Just want to make sure that this is sitting. You see how docking to it affects it's no longer at 60 and 60. So it's a minor adjustments, but I like to do that to get it done. So let's see, 60 there. And as they slowly wander apart, I'm just going to go here and just adjust that one. There we go, 1660. So that's because I knew they wouldn't have wandered too far yet. Switch to, okay. So from here, what we want to do is we want to go to Jupiter. There's our transfer window, which is really close. The closest I've ever had it. I had to stop and think about what I was seeing there. There you go. Wow, that was like really close. Now we get to our transfer window here compared to where there we are, a little bit more of a trip. All of this time, those two are slowly separating from each other because I do want it away. Yeah, see, I can't even see the fueling station anymore, which is great because I don't want to cause it grief. And you can see we're at full fuel right now. Blue dots on my face again. Just getting around so we can be pointed in the right direction when thrust time comes. Now I tried this one other time and the transfer window disappeared and everything disappeared and my escape path disappeared and I burned up a ton of fuel. So let's not do that this time. Here we go, we're good. So we are thrusting. And let's see where our path is. So it's still there at this point. So hopefully we don't burn up all of the fuel to get to Jupiter. It's a fair amount of fuel in itself just to escape Earth. Earth has a pretty strong gravitational field, and when we're this loaded with fuel, our mass is really what the thing is, right? It is trying to get the mass moving here. And that's why this takes so long to get moving. So we'll whip out past the moon's orbit pretty quick here. And okay, past the moon. Okay, so let's hope that our line doesn't disappear like that. Yeah, I think it must believe that we are getting captured into some other orbit somewhere, but it sure makes this process difficult when it does that. Should see where it is. It's got a long ways to go yet. What does it think we're doing? Maybe it's Mars that it gets confused with. Okay, so we're going to have to just watch this up here. And as soon as it says we've got an injection into, we left at the right time, so that's the important thing. We took the transfer window, so this should still get us there. Here we go. It says encounter. There it is. Here we go. Okay, let's get there. Can't wait for Saturn. Saturn, Uranus, Neptune. I want those. Okay. We be getting there. Just going to turn around because I'm going to start hitting the brakes here. And where I'd like to get to Ganymede is over on this side. Okay, and the reason for it is I want to use Jupiter to slow me down. Okay, so the gravitational field of Jupiter, I want it to stop me or slow me down. before I get to Ganymede. Let's just see for kicks if I say navigate to here. Yeah, see, it just gets all confused. So we'll leave it at Jupiter for now. Okay. Let's start playing here. So we're coming into Ganymede's orbit. So just coming a little bit closer to the closest point here. And then we'll start thrusting right away here. Okay. Start adjusting our orbit here. Okay, now I'm going to, as soon as I get a high Jupiter orbit, there we go, I'm going to use that as a less fuel way of adjusting my inner orbit. Because it uses up less fuel. If you're at the furthest point, if you use that to adjust your inner point. In fact, sometimes I'm able to do it with just my thrusters at that point. Okay, so let's come on. There we go. Okay. So just my thrusters now. Okay, there's an encounter to Callisto in a perfect location, actually. There we go. So there's the Ganymede encounter. Ooh, actually not too bad at all. Yeah, let's just go with that until we can get in. So that's coming around the far side anyway. We're starting to come away from Jupiter at that point. Look at our velocity. We were down to 60 meters per second there. But watch it come now. Okay, let's turn around. Just want to see where it says we are. Okay, so we're still good. Okay, so we're at 3,000. Okay, let's hopefully we can slow down. We got 3 high efficiency engines on here, so hope for the best. Okay. No.